Welcome back to Black and White Banter, you lovely Newcastle fans. It's a bit of a sad day for a lot going back to work today. One of the most depressing days of the year, but not for us Newcastle fans, as we head down to the Emirates, all guns blazing, ready for the hardest game of the season, but what I'm pretty excited for. If you are new Black and White Banter Newcastle fans, please drop down, give us a little like, it goes a very long way. Whack that subscribe button if you've liked this video by the end of it. And yeah, let's get at them. I predicted on the match preview I'm going to go for a draw. Plenty to be excited about. Best defence in the league. Arsenal's toughest game of the season, in my opinion, one of. Certainly our toughest game. But I'm not going down there dreading it to the bigger teams like I would have years ago. I am excited for this one. So I'm going to get on the bus now outside St James's Park, head down to London and let the fun and games begin. Let's get into these. Let's see what Eddie Howe's boys can do, like I say, against a really, really tough challenge in Arsenal. Now to lose, everything to gain. How are you, lads? Right, I'm with Brad, formerly known as Andy Carroll. Andy, what's the score going to be tonight?
Maybe 1-1. Don't think we'll get beat, but maybe we'd win, but I think a point will do it.
Who's going to score first?
Callum Wilson, of course.
Are we title challengers?
Possibly not, definitely top 4 challenger though, that'll do for me.
I'll take that. Right, Aaron, what's the score going to be tonight?
2-1 Newcastle.
Who's going to score first?
Joe Linton.
How drunk are you right now?
0%.
Are we title challengers?
Yes.
Rob, what's the score going to be tonight?
17-12, Hughie Gallagher hat-trick, thank you, goodbye.
Ollie, what's the score going to be?
Score tonight's going to be 1-1.
Who's going to score first?
Callum Wilson.
Are we title challengers?
Yes, we are.
Right, I'm joined by Sheeny, Salim, Arsenal fans. What's the score going to be tonight?
3-1 to the Gooners.
I wouldn't expect any of that.
Saka and Eddie.
Right, okay. So, with regards to the title challenge, do you fancy yourself to actually win the title this year, or?
We're scared to say it out loud.
Right.
So we've got Tottenham next, we've got Man United. We can take on all those and Newcastle tonight. Yes.
Right, okay. And what's your thoughts on how we've been playing this season then?
Amazing. Newcastle have been. We're actually really worried about tonight.
Right,
if there's any challenge, it's you guys. But we're better than you, so we'll do it. Plus, we don't forget what you did to us last game of the season. We don't forget. Yeah? You broke our hearts. So that speech, Arteta's going to go in there and make a rousing speech, and we're going to come for you tonight.
To be fair, that game against Hughes in, what was it, April? The atmosphere was probably memorable for us.
You had nothing to play for. Why were you doing that?
It was the last home game of the season.
Oh, come on, we had the whole top 4. I love Newcastle. After that, finished.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How are you doing? Half time. Well, the game, the first half certainly finished better than it started, because the first 10 minutes I was worried. Arsenal were all at us, attack after attack after attack, and I thought, shit, this is only looking like it's going to go one way. It's been very cagey, lots of cards. I don't think the referee's made a lot of good decisions. I think he's been very quick with his yellow cards. We've kind of got the game as the half's finished in a position I would have preferred. But I also think this sort of game's going the way we'd maybe wanted to away from home. All I want to do was get to half-time 0-0. The way the half started, so that's good. I don't know. It's a bit of a funny one so far. I think we seem a little bit scared. So that first 10 minutes has scared us a little bit. We've dropped a couple of yards deeper than Eddie Howe would like. That intensity that we so used to, that Eddie Howe loves, we've dropped off a little bit. We've allowed them to sort of play, and I haven't seen that from this Newcastle team for a very long time. A little bit scared, but we've got through to half-time 0-0. We've had a great chance at the end of that half with Joe Linton. My God, I've just watched it when I've come down for a pint. How he hasn't just buried that on the back post. Came at him fast, but that's a great chance. Let's see what we can do in the second half, because we've got a 0-0. The pressure's kind of, I guess it's not on them because they're top of the table, but they would have liked to have taken advantage of a goal in that first half. I always fancy us. Defensively, I'm not worried about us. We've had so many balls in the box. Dan Burn I was worried about against Saka. He hasn't done great, but he kind of grew into the game a little bit. So hey, let's see what the second half brings. 0-0, still all to play for. However, lads. Just outside the Emirates now, full time, 0-0. Tell you what, is there any team that can get past our defence? Literally, we have just come to the table leaders, Arsenal, flying, absolutely flying, and they've barely had a sniff. I think Saka had a shot in the second half, the Pope saved with his legs, best sniff they've had. We were so comfortable defensively, and yes, we didn't start the game the best first 10 minutes, as I said at half time. I was a little bit worried. I thought, my God, this is one-way traffic. We calmed it down a little bit. Referee wasn't really in our favour. Yellow cards were getting dished out like bloody, honestly, just left, right and centre. He didn't really control the game in the first half, in my opinion. But second half, could have been anyone's. Really could have been anyone's. I mean, Chris Wood, he's gone through. I didn't really agree with Eddie Howe's substitutions, with Chris Wood coming on and Murphy coming on. I thought maybe Callum Wilson going off was an injury, fitness, I don't know. Chris Wood going through. I've had a text message saying he wasn't offside. We all thought he was. Why he's not having a shot there, why he's trying to cut it back, I don't know. But I tell you what, I'm so proud of this team. I tell you what, I don't know where this team can go this season, but defensively, we are solid as a rock. And Arsenal just couldn't break us down. They really couldn't. And this is the best team in the league at the moment. This is a team flying high at the top. We've come here and said, right, see what you can do against us. As I said in my match preview, see what you can do against us. And they've struggled. They've really struggled to break us down. Pope, Trippier, Burn against Saka, BOTMAN, SCHAR. Literally, I said Nketiah would be quiet in the match preview, and I was right. I had loads of Arsenal fans in the match preview commenting, saying they were going to batter us. I don't know where they're going to be. They're going to be quite quiet. But I tell you what, Nick Pope may as well have got us some crosswords and a cup of tea out, because he had very little to do tonight. And that game in the second half was there for the taking. Maximin maybe could have came on a bit earlier. I know he only came on because of an injury, but hey, on to Sheffield Wednesday in the Cup we go. We've got Leicester in the Cup quarter-final. Who can beat us? Eddie Howe. Like I said, I didn't agree with the substitutions, but we are just so solid. And it's so refreshing to come to a team like Arsenal, flying as they are, and not worry about us all defensively. We've really gone toe-to-toe with them tonight, a really cagey game, and we've come away with a point that I'm absolutely delighted. Honestly, Newcastle fans, if you've liked this video, please whack down, give us a like, drop that subscribe if you stuck around this long, and get us on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter as well. We on all of them. We post every day, and I'll be doing a Sheffield Wednesday FA Cup match vlog as well. So get us on there. I'm going to sign off with that one. Absolutely fantastic point. No one could break us down. Sven Botman's an absolute shithouse. I'll see you on the next video, Newcastle fans. How are the lads?